briefly about statistics. So in introduction, so before we learn on pie chart, histogram, frequency, polygon, these are the things already we have learned in 7th standard, the primary schools. Now, if we see what is primary data and secondary data. So primary data, these are the data that are collected in person for the first time for a specific purpose. So here one example is given. You go through this example and you can take, for example, census in a village, collection of colors which the students like in a class. These are the primary data. The secondary data is, these are the data that are sourced from some places that has originally located it. This kind of data has already been collected by some other person. The statistical operation may have been performed on them already. So secondary data means already the data have been collected, from that we can take, for example, the details of pata for a land can be had from the registration office. So birth death details data can be got from concern office, or some examples of secondary data. So the land pata, then birth death details, these are called secondary data. Now the 6.2 frequency distribution table is there in your new syllabus. In frequency distribution table, first we will see what is frequency distribution. A frequency distribution is the arrangement of the given data in the form of the table showing frequency with which each variable occurs. So here there are two types of frequency distribution table, namely frequency distribution table for ungrouped data and grouped data. So two types of tables, one is ungrouped and grouped. Now we will see construction of frequency distribution table for grouped data. So what is here ungrouped data? Grouped data afterwards we will see. Now first we will see the ungrouped data or discrete data. It is called discrete data. An ungrouped data can assume only whole numbers and exact measurement. So it has only whole number and also the exact measurement. These are the data that cannot have a range of values. A usual way to represent this is by using bar graph. So here ungrouped means the exact value, the whole number. If you see the grouped data, you can understand this ungrouped data. Now we will see example. They have given the name of teachers in a school. So the name of the teacher means the exact value, exact count, the number of player in the game, exact count, the numbers. So these are ungrouped data. Now, so group data. Construction of frequency distribution table for group data. So now we will see what is group data. A group data is any value within a certain interval. So within a certain interval, the range. The data can take values between certain range with the highest and the lowest value. For example, if you take the minimum marks, minimum 35 to pass mark is 35 to 100. So that is range. So these are called group data. Continuous data can be tabulated in what is called as frequency distribution. They can be graphically represented using histogram. So in bar graph, we can use the ungrouped data. In grouped data, we can use the histogram. For example, the age of persons in a village. The age of persons means they will mention, find out 0 to 5 years, 6 to 10 years, like that, the range. The height and the weight of the students of your class. They may be the same height or the range. If we see this example, you can understand. Now we will consider a situation. If we collect data of marks for 50 students, it becomes very difficult to put tally for each and every mark of all these 50 students, because if we range the marks in the table, it will be very large in length and not understandable at once. In this case, we use class interval. So what is class interval? Class interval is nothing. The range of the variable is grouped into number of classes, and each group is known as class interval. So CI, that is class interval. The range of the variable is grouped into number of classes. Okay, the range, the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit, capital letter U and L, upper limit and lower limit. If you see the range, I will show an example. So this illustration, you can see 11 to 20, it's there. So find out 11 to 20 marks students. So that is gap between the 11 and 20. So the interval between 10 to 20 is there. So these are called group data. So in group data, the class interval, the upper limit is 20. The upper limit is 20. The lower limit is 10. So class interval, how to find the class interval? Class is known class size. CA is equal to upper limit minus lower limit. Then we will see one example. Marks for the class interval 10 to 20 can be written as 10 to 20, whose class size is 20 to 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. The class interval is what? 10. Totally 10 students. 10 to 20, we can consider 10 students. The class in a continuous series, discontinuous series. So if you see here there is no continuous series. Here 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 is there. But if you see the discontinuous series 11 to 20, then 20 to 20, 30 it's not there, 21 to 30, then 31 to 40. I will explain for the both the cases. In first case, in first example, 10 to it is continuous series. While distributing frequency, we follow the counting as given below. Suppose the classes are 10 minus 20, 20 minus 30, it goes on. This represents a continuous series. Here 20 is included in the class 20 minus 30, and 30 is included in 30 minus 40. Likewise for the other classes also. The class interval will be 10. In second case, in case the given series has a gap between the limits of any two adjacent classes, this gap may be filled up by extending the two limits of each class by taking half of the values. So half of the gap is called the adjustment factors. So we should take conversion of a discontinuous series. So how to convert this discontinuous series? Illustration 1, 11 to 20, then 21 to 30. So 21 to 30 is there. Here 20, the continuous series is not there. First we should subtract 21 minus 20. 21 minus 20, we will get 1. So lower boundary is equal to lower limit minus half of the gap. So half of the gap is 0.5, that is 10.5. So from 10.5, this 11 will become 10.5. Then the next upper boundary, upper limit plus half of the gap. Half of the gap is half of 1. So 0.5, 20.5. Now if we write, we can see the continuous series. So this 11 to 20, this is very important in group. So listen carefully. Discontinuous series is 11 to 20, 21 to 30. Continuous series, how to convert means, here we should add 0.5, subtract 0.5, and here we should add 0.5 because half of the gap is 1. Now it will become, when we subtract, 11 will become 10.5, 20.5, again 20.5, 30.2, 30.5, then 30.5 to 40.5, 40.5 to 50.5. So this method is very important in grouped data. So now we had seen the grouped, ungrouped and the introduction. So sums we will see in the Monday morning video. Thank you, students. Now we will see the graphical representation of the frequency distribution for ungrouped data. So in here, a graphical representation is the geometrical image of a set of data. So what geometrical image? It is a mathematical picture. So why we are using picture in mathematics means it is easy to identify or easy to know the data by seeing the picture. It enables us to think about a statistical problem in visual terms. A picture is said to be more effective than words for describing a particular thing. The graphical representation of data is more effective for understanding. In the previous classes, we have studied some graphical representation of ungrouped data such as line graph, bar graph, picture graph. These are the things we have learned in the previous classes. Now we will see pie chart or pie diagram. So a pie chart is a circular graph which shows the total value with its components. So pie chart is a circular graph. If you see this circular graph, you can identify. So the circle is divided into sectors and the area of the sector is proportional to the formation given. So the circle is divided into sector. So this is sector. Listen here. So this is called what? Sector, a part of a circle. So sector, the total value and the different sector of the circle represent the different components. In the pie chart, the data are mostly expressed in percentage. Each component is expressed as percentage of the total value. So in pie chart, we're going to use the percentage. If you see this picture, the circle is divided into sectors. So how many sectors are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also in right hand side they have mentioned the colors. If you take pink color, it carries how many percentage? 30%. Red 20%. Blue 25. Green 15. Then yellow 10%. So in graph, while drawing the graph, we use scale. So to represent, for example, x-axis 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit, like that. So like that in pie chart, these data are very important. You need to mention the data. Now, method of constructing a pie chart. How to construct a pie chart? In a pie chart, we know that the various components are represented by the sectors of the circle, and the whole circle represents the sum of the value of all component. So whole sector, if you had whole sector, means the whole circle means the sum of the value of all the components. Therefore, the total angle of 360 degree. So what is the total angle of the circle? 360 degree. At the center of the circle is divided into different sector according to the value of the component, the given value. So here the formula is given: the central angle of a component is equal to value of the component divided by total value into 360. The central angle of a component, if you take a sector, the value of the component, the given value, divided by total value into 360. This we will use in the exercise sums. So sometimes The value of the component are expressed in percentage. In such cases, if they given in the percentage, direct value means we should use this formula. If they given in the percentage means the central angle of a component is equal to percentage value of the component divided by 100. So percentage, that's why we are using 100 into 360 degree. So steps for construction of the pie chart. How to construct the pie chart? So here they have given 5 steps, easy steps. Calculate the central angle for each component using the above formula and tabulate it. By using the formula, you can substitute the value. According to the value, you can tabulate the sectors. Draw a circle of convenient radius and make one horizontal radius in it. So radius means, what is radius? The center point to the circumference of the circle. So draw a circle of convenient radius and mark one horizontal radius in it. So we need to draw a line. Draw radius making central angle of the first component with horizontal radius. This sector represents the first component. From this radius draw next. Like that we need to draw all the components is the given value. According to the values we need to draw. If you see this picture, you can see here the radius center to the circumference. So we need to draw a first component, second, third, fourth and fifth. Like that we need to construct. Now for identification of each sector, shade with different color. Here you can use the color. Use only color pencil. While drawing in your classwork, use color pencil. No need to use sketch and all. Use color pencil and draw. Label each sector. Here are given some examples. So examples given. Example also we will see. Then afterwards we will do the exercise sums. Draw a pie diagram to represent the following data. It shows the expenditure of paddy cultivation in 2 acres of land. So here they have given the expenditure of paddy cultivation. So before that I want to tell if where we can find this pie chart. In newspapers or mentioning the budget, they will introduce or they will denote this pie charts in the to explain the budget or some other values, a gold rate, like that. So which here the expenditure of the paddy cultivation in 2 acres of land. So particulars and expense. Seeds they have given, that is 2000 rupees, plucking 6000, wages for the worker 10,000, fertilizer 7,000 rupees, harvest 8,000 rupees, others 3,000 rupees. So what we need to find here? Question also given. Find the percentage of the head in which more money had been spent. So where we can spend the more money? Where they have spent? For wages. By seeing the picture itself, by seeing the data itself, we can see what percentage of money was spent for seeds. So seeds, how many percentage? So like that we need to find first. Listen here. So particulars and central angle. So central angle formula, value divided by total into 360 degree. Seed, the value is 2000 rupees divided by total value is 36,000 into 360. When we cancel this, we will get 20%, 60%, 100 plugging. Like that we will get the percentage. So after getting the percentage, if we check, it will come 360 degree, the total value, total degree. Now we will see the question one by one. First, more money had spent for wages. Wages they have spent 10,000 rupees. So converting into percentage, how to convert? The amount divided by total amount into 100%. When we cancel, The answer is 27.7%. So 2000 was spent for seats. Converting into percentage, so same, the number divided by total into 100 is equal to 5.55%. This is the values, answers for the given question. Now we will see the pie chart, how they have drawn this. First we need to take what? Seed. You can take any color. Seed, how many percentage? It's there in right hand side, 20%. So by protector itself you can mention, you can draw a diameter, a straight line. From here you can start. If you place the protector at 20 degree, you need to draw a line. Then this is for seed, no need to mention, only 20 degree. The color we need to mention here. Then for plugging 60 degree. By using same protector you can mention 60. So place protector like this in 60 degree. And wages, that is coolie, the wages 100 degree. Then fertilizer 70 degree. Then harvesting 80 degree, others 30 degree. Like this you need to draw a pie chart. So very simple one. So if you see the next examples, you can understand. In exercise 6.1, fill in the blanks and true or false. You go through the introduction part and answer for it. From third question onwards, the teachers will teach in your class itself. You can copy in your classwork note. Thank you, students.